So there seems to be a little enthusiasm with my, whole bring a professional sports team to Kentucky, or my other multi-billion-dollar ideas, nationalizing coal and democracy for Kentucky. It's not really a $1 billion. Well, it is a $1 billion idea. Because if you think education's expensive, try ignorance. Ignorance has got to be a motherfucker. Oh my god, that's got to suck. So, what can I say? I think Geoff Young is in favor of marijuana. Geoff Young, he says that he's got 4 issues that he's going to make in Kentucky. Therefore, Jack Conway needs to debate Geoff Young because that's a democracy. What the fuck is wrong with these fucking politicians not debating? And what the fuck is wrong with Kentucky citizens not demanding for them to debate? I mean, are you kidding me? You got to be able to, you have to see your candidates side by side and you have to hear their ideas, and they need to really sift through a bunch of ideas. Don't throw mud. The fuck the Jerry Springer shit. Have a reasonable sit-down Lincoln-style Douglas debates where you're going to be with the guy for the next 10, cities. Go around with 10 cities and find different places to debate. It would be great discussion. Keep it cordial, and just talk about the issues that are at hand. There's plenty of issues that Kentucky needs to discuss. Geoff Young is bringing 4 issues, but I think 5 and 6 issues too. But he's bringing racism. These are issues he wants to talk about and he wants to debate, and that's such a good issue. Racism, abortion, the economics, the 1% versus the 99%, rich v poor, class war, energy policy, the debates, and marijuana. So these are the issues that I have seen. These are not issues that he has not made marijuana an issue, but debates he has. Democracy. Where is it? We don't have a democracy. There is no democracy in America, in our school system. There's no democracy anywhere. Nobody seems to give a fuck. I'm the only one who likes democracy around here. Yeah, that's all right. No, that's fine. I'm the only one who gives a shit. So the 4 ideas: abortion, racism, class war, energy policy. I want to get, pretty good talking about these issues. I have really strong opinions about all of them, but, I have to be more diplomatic, have more of my, knockout punches. So let's see. Let's start with the whole energy policy, okay? So abortion, he says he's pro-parenthood. I'm mostly pro-choice. I mean, I think scientifically fertilization is where life begins, but the woman's body actually flushes out a lot of fertilized eggs when she's pregnant, and so therefore, should she go to jail because of what her body actually does? And, I like the idea that it was 6 weeks is what I thought it was, but it could be bigger, it could be longer. I don't know, but the morning after pill, it's just not a crime. Planned Parenthood is basically not saying pro-choice, but what is already on the books, Roe v. Wade. But it's also, I know this is Bible Belt country, so this is racism, abortion, class war, energy policy. That's like that's a 4-punch knockout. All you need is a 3-punch, right? Just 2 jabs and an uppercut. But he's got a jab, an uppercut, and another uppercut. I don't see how you could lose with that. And then the fact that he's got debates, and also probably for decriminalization of marijuana, probably any progressive issue that Conway is for, he would be more progressive. I'm assuming. I don't know, because gay marriage, Jack Conway is on the right side of, but his Iraq war, he is wrong with. His EPA lawsuit, he's basically just sucking King Coal fucking corporation's dick. And then the drug war, he's on the wrong issue too. And so that, I think really he only talks about the energy thing. I think he should make every fucking, policy, every issue. He just wants to talk about those 4 things. But the war, he was wrong on the drug war. And then we could also talk about gay marriage. Well, I mean, he's the attorney general. Be like, Governor, back the fuck up, man. You're an old fucking man. You come from Dawson Springs. That's where the home of the Ku Klux Klan is. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Racism is my thing. I mean, it's not my thing. Racism, God, I've turned race over my head so many different times. I have so many interesting things to say about racism, especially in Kentucky. KKK, Kentucky, of course. Class war, we're the poorest fucking state. Lots of poverty, lots of issues. It probably all is about the fucking economics. Increase the economics, and then you get a better fucking Kentucky. Do the economy like Germany. That's what we need to do. Germany has a better economy than America. They have capitalism and socialism. And they do it better than America. So corporations, banks, wealthy, energy policy, the coal, the wind, the solar power, you know, all these hydro whatever dams, hydroelectric dams, the hydrogen, the switchblade grass, and hemp is an industry resource. Anything, trash is an industry resource. You know, so actually talking about the different energy policy, you know, ideas that's just absolutely incredible. And so let's talk. Let's see the Bolivian gas conflict. Okay, so the energy policy. I should focus on the alternative uses for it because I think that's a good conversation. It's a good discussion. We get all of our energy from oil and coal. So where does that leave solar power? Germany has solar panels all over the fucking place. Solar panel, wind. These are renewable energy resources. The river, the hydroelectric. Dams and you know, the generators. So let's see, there's nuclear. I mean, I know people are scared of nuclear, but frankly, you know, Iran's developing it. Why the fuck wouldn't we? You know, yeah, it could have a big meltdown, a big reactor and shit, and it would be really bad. You'd have to just lift it up out of here and get it the fuck out of here, right? Send it to Antarctica, or just send it out to space. But that's that would be. I don't know. I think we could do it where we're actually sort of, you know, careful. And you harness so much energy out of a nuclear reactor. There's so much energy, right? The atomic bomb was just what? A couple of atoms. They split a couple atoms and they was able to make that much energy. So that would solve the energy crisis, really. Maybe just put a bunch of fucking nuclear power plants in Antarctica. Who the fuck owns Antarctica? Let's just put a bunch on fucking moon. Who gives a shit? You know, put it on, you know, put it in the middle of the fucking Pacific. Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm just saying, like, if you were scared of a big nuclear, you know, reactor meltdown or whatever, I guess Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, if you're afraid of this type of shit, and it's a fear, right? It's also like having a coal plant, have pollution and it raining fucking acid rain on your fucking face, and you getting arsenic fucking poisoning and shit, and going fucking blind and retarded and racist and stupid and backwards and fucking toothless and illiterate. That has to be what's going on around here. So when it comes to the energy policy, of course, all those alternative energy things, but we got to think about logically which one's going to work, which ones ain't going to work, and then, you know, go from there. And we got to do it. What the fuck? I mean, who's going to pay for this shit? So even at the very least, okay, at the very most, let's just take our damn coal. Bolivia, they fucked up. There's an article I got pointed up here. They fucked up where they had silver, tin, and some other shit, some other thing that was a national resource, and they fucked it up. They messed it up. They had silver, rubber, and tin, and so that was a big raw material. They're looking at natural gas. We have natural gas here. We have coal here. There's, you know, agriculture. There's tobacco. There's a lot of shit that we were able to, you know, that we could produce. There's Ford and Corvettes. So we have lots of manufacturers here, manufacturing. That is what we got to focus on, is the exports. We got to be like Germany. Germany has direction. Germany has unity. Germany has a direction. They have a vision. So Jack Conway's absolutely right about that. Having a vision, having a plan. Have a vision, have a plan. Do you have a vision? Do you have a plan? Well, let's see it. Let's see if this shit will even work on fucking paper. So that's another good thing about Conway, is that he's talking about a vision and a plan. But what's your vision, man? You know, you're fucking flat out wrong when it comes to marijuana. Geoff Young is right. He says decriminalization. And he says he's generally support. He don't want to make marijuana an issue. He don't want to be typecast like Gatewood. But I think that would be a good whisper campaign. Jeff Young is for fucking marijuana. As a governor, we have a greater chance of getting it passed. He's the one that signs the laws. So whatever he is in favor of. And he's not even, I mean, he's progressive, but he also like sounds like really conservative when it comes to the budget. He's a money man. Jeff Young is an economist. He's an economist. He's married to Claire Carpenter. He's a Unitarian Universalist. He's got an agricultural economics, mechanical engineering economics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. He's got an economics degree at MIT. MIT, that's no child. He's a fucking genius. You know, that's what the fuck that's saying. And so in engineering, mechanical engineering is probably the hardest. Well, I don't know. They're all electrical, probably pretty hard too. But engineering, how to make shit, economics, how to, you know, make sure we make money. This is what it's all about. Fucking economics. Class war. He wants to defend working class people. We'll have a fucking good, honest man. And could you imagine an honest man? That's a fucking Tuttle. That's Fred Tuttle. That's, you know, that's a Gatewood. That's a Ron Paul. That's a Dennis Kucinich. That's a Mike Gravel. That's a Cynthia McKinney. There's so many people that have come, you know, and gone who were good people. You know, Jimmy Carter was a fucking peanut farmer. Jimmy Carter. So, you know, the fact that we have elected honest, salt of the earth people, you know, that's makes me think of what Mujica or, I don't know, it's in South America somewhere, the guy who's legalized marijuana. You know, he was actually being, it was common sense for him to undercut the fucking dealers. Dealers are selling it for 20 bucks. He's like, fuck it, I'll sell it for 5. And then that gives the government more resources and it's legal. So that way, you know, it's not, you know, you're not criminalizing something that's very popular. So that is a big ass issue. It's a $1 billion fucking industry. Of course, Jeff Young should fucking go straight to the top just on that issue. And it's probably smart that he keeps his mouth shut on it. The mechanical, agricultural economics, if he understands economics, then that means he understands that the free market, the fucking weed and the prostitution, it's a fucking free market. You let the market decide on what the fuck this shit is. If you try to cap it, it actually makes it more valuable when it might not even be as valuable as you made it. He was assistant director of the Kentucky State Energy Office for like a shit long time. I mean, fucking 13 years. So for 13 years, you know, he was at a state worker at the energy office. So he's working at the energy place. He's an economics, you know, guru. He's a mechanical engineer, MIT, University of Massachusetts, UK. So he's actually, you know, he's bleeds blue. He's a wildcat. You know, CATS, blah blah blah. I'm fucking sorry. I'm a Louisville man, a Louisville fan. I've only actually lived in Louisville 3 years. Grew up in the rural parts, but just how racist it is, and I graduated there. You know, what the fuck? Fuck off. It's a stupid fucking bullshit argument anyways. Mitch McConnell goes, I support them both. And I'm a dumb fuck Mitch McConnell. Fuck Mitch McConnell. Jeff Young is endearing. Jeff Young is very calm and very poignant and very concise to the point. He's non-threatening. He looks like a guy that you could work with. He's a regular, salt-of-the-earth person, a genius, a smart genius, a Green Party, you know, a good man who wants to fight for working-class values, wants to fight against racism, right the wrongs when it comes to the class war that puts more money in our pockets, and frankly, it's all about the fucking economics, stupid. It's all about the fucking money. You know, the fuck all these stupid backwards racist fucking hillbilly motherfuckers. I'm gonna go a little off the cuff here for a little second, okay? Because these goddamn motherfuckers are gonna fucking allow their racism to stop increasing their checkbooks because they hate the nigger in Washington, D.C., because they hate a black man being president. They would rather vote for a dictator who's been here for 30 fucking years, raping the fuck out of them. Raping them fucking anally, without a kiss goodbye, without any fucking lube, and without any goddamn mint on the pillow, nothing. Just a flat out, dry fucking ass raping. Leave you there crying on the floor and throw a dollar bill at you and says, there's your, you know, for your service, bitch. And then fucking takes off. That's what the fucking Mitch McConnell has been doing to Kentucky. And Kentucky went ahead and just fucking, oh, thank you for the dollar. Can we sniff it? Can we have another dollar? Can we do some analingus? And Mitch McConnell was the one that got kicked out of fucking Fort Knox because of sodomy. My God, this motherfucker's been playing all sides of the fence his whole fucking life. He's not a real person. There's nothing to the man. He's an empty, hollowed out shell. He's an alien. He absolutely is a fucking alien. And he's the one who put money in politics. Geoff Young is the antidote. Geoff Young is the antidote to Kentucky's woes. Jack Conway is establishment. Yeah, he's got some decent fucking credentials. He's been in there. That's the fucking problem, is he's been in there. Gatewood Galbraith. Now, how big of a fucking genius is he now that, hemp is legal and marijuana is starting to get illegal or starting to be legalized? He's a fucking genius now. Oh, fuck you all. Y'all didn't vote for him. He got less than 1% of the vote. Y'all called him a perennial candidate. Y'all made fun of him. The media blacked him out, didn't give a shit. Fucking blackballed him, treated him like an asshole. So, get your fucking heads out of your asses, Kentucky. Give me a fucking break. Get out and fucking go vote and make sure your fucking neighbors are voting. Most of you motherfuckers ain't even fucking voting. Y'all don't give a shit about your own society. Yeah, somebody poor fucking motherfucker says, well, you better give me something you want to go vote. Go fucking vote. So that way the fucking, your world will be better. If more poor people vote, more young people vote, more whoever the fuck you are votes, then you all get what the fuck you want. Old people get whatever the fuck they want because they fucking vote. Republicans tend to get what the fuck they want because their base fucking votes. Democrats have a big ass fucking problem. They're a bunch of fucking pussified fucking cowards who don't stand up for what they actually fucking believe and take their licks like Barack had said that we should do. Barack is a fucking genius. One of the greatest leaders, not just presidents, one of the greatest presidents, hands down one of the greatest presidents, but one of the greatest fucking leaders the world's ever fucking seen. And he still ain't good enough for you crybaby fucking assholes. Well, what the fuck? He ain't changed your fucking life. If he did, it was for the fucking better. So these cocksuckers here in Kentucky are chickens voting for Colonel Sanders. They'd rather vote against their self-interest, against their own economics, against their neighbors' economics, and their friends and their families, just because they're a racist piece of shit and they're stupid. You're on welfare. You're taking food stamps. You're taking more money than the rest of the states in Kentucky. You're taking Social Security. You're taking more Medicare, more Medicaid. You're taking your fair share. You're taking more than your fair share. You're stealing money from New Jersey and other fucking states that give more than for every dollar New Jersey gives, that's 73 cents comes back. For every dollar Kentucky gives the federal government, that's $1.50. We're fucking kicking ass when it comes to getting the fucking money and the pipeline coming here. The pork. But who gives the pork? You're either a have or a have not. Are you getting any fucking pork? If you ain't getting on the fucking pork, then you have not figured out the system. You've been outside the system. Figure the system out. It's figure-outable. But the fucking Kentucky voters, they either ain't voting, or when they do vote, they vote against their own fucking self-interest. Well, I live on Social Security, so I'm gonna vote again. I'm gonna vote for the man who's gonna dismantle that, and then I'll be poor and living out in the middle of the street because I'm a dumb racist bitch. Well, racist bitch, you are a racist bitch, and you've been a racist bitch, since the dark and bloody years. Goddamn. Shit, Confederates, y'all ain't fucking stopped crying about your little loss, you little babies, you little crybaby fucking babies. You such a bit, let's do this. Y'all want to fucking, the South going to rise again? Let's do this. And if y'all ain't going to fucking do it, stop fucking talking about it. They'd rather be fucking racist than to actually give a shit about their fellow man, their fellow women and children. They don't give a fuck about their psychos. They're fucking stupid, ignorant, illiterate, fucking backwards, racist, white supremacist psychopaths. Government's hard work. There's a lot that goes into it. And you need smart fucking people to get in there. You need smart people that can write grants and do bigger and better things. Geoff Young's a fucking genius. Yeah. Attorney General, he's been in there for a while. You don't think Geoff Young will find, get the fuck out of here. So what would be the argument? That he's an outsider, so therefore he's away from everything. So, he don't know what he's doing. He would be a newcomer. So what? What the fuck does a governor got to do? Sign laws? Sue people? Sign laws? Make sure the National Guard's out there when the fucking electric's off? Pass a budget every fucking year? It seems like an easy-ass fucking job, to be honest with you. What the fuck does a governor do? Sign the fucking laws? If the legislators even fucking come up with them? There's a lot to being a governor. The governor is whatever you can make of it. So you sit in that chair, whatever the fuck you can make of it. So you get a smart person in there that understands economics and makes us more like Germany, makes us produce more exports so our GDP is higher, and then that's supposed to make our standard of living higher. So at the very least, let's do capitalism right. We ain't doing socialism or capitalism right. You know, bunch of fucking two-faced, fucking hypocritical, fucking backwards, dumbass motherfuckers are sitting there voting against their fucking interests, acting like they so goddamn smart, sitting there saying they don't want to be on welfare and shit when they on welfare. Corrupt motherfuckers, jailers that, you know, don't have jails. People getting, you know, all these fucking, the extra money with the police, extra money with the construction projects, the roads and bridges project, they get fucking paid. Now, hell, I know judge executives that's sitting there paving private roads. If you pave a private road, you get fucking, you know, get a fucking vote, right? So you corrupt like a motherfucker. And you making what, $100,000 if you're an administrator, $55,000. Everybody's lying. It's all fucking bullshit. The whole state is fucking bullshit. Teachers absolutely produce nothing. Teachers make no GDP. There's nothing they produce. They produce nothing. We need experts in the field. We need more GDP. People who actually understand economics and know how to be self-sufficient and not suck the teat off the fucking Frankfurt and act like they're goddamn geniuses. And then use 100% fucking compliance. Fuck you. We need to unleash our freedom and our liberty and our fucking creative voice. Try new things. Entrepreneur, small business, of course. College, yes. Free. Should be, shouldn't it? If we can't, Germany is free for Americans. If you go to Germany right now, they have free college for you. So Geoff Young, he's working on issues such as energy policy, foreign policy, protecting the environment, defending working people against economic attack, defending reproductive rights, cutting waste in the federal budget. He knows how the system works. He's got a highly developed BS detector. That's so stupid. Okay, so he can understand bullshit. He can, hey, now you're lying. Okay, I think we all can kind of see liars, right? I can see through all the Republicans' tricks, deceptive rhetoric, and some other things. Planned Parenthood. So he's pro Planned Parenthood. U.S. affiliated of the IPPF. It's a related organization which lobbies for pro-choice legislation, comprehensive sex education, and access to affordable health care in the United States. That's all fucking great stuff. Affordable health care, comprehensive sex education, pro-choice. Planned Parenthood has begun to move away from the pro-choice label to words and phrases that more accurately reflect the entire range of women's and health and economic issues. Planned Parenthood is the largest U.S. provider of reproductive health services, including cancer screening, HIV screening and counseling, contraceptive, and abortion. Contraceptive accounts for 35% of PPFA's total services, and abortions account for 3%. So they're mostly handing out condoms and, you know, whatever, other women's condoms, the pills. That's what they're giving out. That's the majority of what they're doing. Very few abortions are taking place. They said 300,000 each year. And that's it, 300,000. So 3%. The organization has its root in Brooklyn, New York, where Margaret Sanger opened the country's first birth control clinic. Sanger founded the American Birth Control League in 1921, which in 1942 became part of the Planned Parenthood Federation of America. Since then, Planned Parenthood is going to have over 820 clinic locations in the U.S. with a total budget of $1 billion. $1 billion. So, he wants an aggressive campaign. Mr. Young says Andy Barr voted to allow the NSA to keep spying on law-abiding Americans who use the phone or internet. While I propose to cut $300 billion of waste in the military and intelligence budgets, Barr's budget plan leaves a gap of $5.7 trillion over 10 years that will have to be covered in some unspecified way. Chris Smoot, a member of the party's executive committee, added, in his short tenure in Washington, Congressman Barr has shown little regard for our civil liberties and for the basic needs of women and children of Kentucky. He's unwilling to shrink the bloated federal defense budget money, which we use to fund schools, invest in cleaner technologies. So he's basically kicking ass right there, right? Kicking ass, taking names. Yeah, you'll go ahead and fucking pay for the NSA wiretaps and shit, right? You won't make sure that we got our basic fucking services, fucking dickhole. Silver, rubber, tin, Bolivia had control of them. Then you got the multinational corporations sucked Bolivia dry. Nationalization means we take our national resources. Kentucky says, this is our fucking coal. Get the fuck out of here, King Coal. Kentucky says, this is our natural gas. Get the fuck out of here. Kentucky says, this is our land. Get the fuck... We kick out the multinational corporations and we guarantee a base amount of living. Guarantee a minimum wage of $10,000 for every fucking Kentucky citizen. Why? Because our state has got coal. We're fucking rich. We're beggars sitting on a fucking hill of gold. Nationalization is just such a smart idea. The Bolivians, they've elected a president. They were forced to do that over the gas and water wars. They're gonna privatize water. Water. That's like water. That's a basic fucking government-owned water, please. Like in Somerset, own the gas station. Government, start owning, like in Boone County, they own the golf courses. Own as much shit as you can fucking own. I mean, own the fucking internet, own the fucking cable, own the fucking telephones, own the fucking land, own the fucking sewers, own the fucking water, own it all. Own every bit of it. And then, have an economical rate. Keep capitalism. You're just a player in the fucking game. You don't have to make it all illegal. Nationalize the shit out of it. And, I don't know. I guess you'd have to fucking just... You couldn't buy them out because you need the fucking resource. So you would just have to say, sorry about your luck. You had the shit. Well, you got to at least pay them back what they put into it. So if they bought the land for whatever price, you give that land back. Not what it's fucking worth. What they paid for it. Not what it's worth by some fucking, corrupt fucking surveyor. Fuck that. So at 13,000 feet above sea level, the legendary colonial city of Potosi rests as the... So nationalization, I think we should check out... What the fuck does Kentucky have? We got coal, but not here. I got like some limestone. Can we do something with limestone? And what if I had... Is there anything else in this fucking ground? Some limestone and what else is there? So limestone. Nationalization, they say, will not solve. Everybody's like, all these fucking economists act like they fucking know. You never seen it happen, so fuck off. You fucking Chicago boys, every single one of you motherfuckers, right? National gas, fucking reserves. They got nationalization of it. They signed a decree saying they will be nationalized. The state recovers ownership, possession, and a total and absolute control of hydrocarbons. He realized his electoral promises, declaring that we're not a government of mere promises. We followed through on what we proposed and what the people demand. The announcement was timed to coincide with Labor Day. Ordering the military engineers of YPFB, the state firm, to occupy and secure energy installations. He gave foreign companies a 6-month transition period to renegotiate contracts or face expulsion. Nevertheless, President Morales stated that the nationalization would not take the form of expropriations or confiscations. So he's a little bitch. He ain't even doing it right. You have to confiscate. You're the goddamn governor. Or you're the fucking, president. So he's fucking up already. The people love him. They've already elected him 3 fucking terms, even though he's constitutionally not allowed to run for a 3rd term. So, Brashear, I don't know why actually any of these... Why did Bush step down? You know what I mean? If he tried to run again, the Republicans would have been all up in a fucking... had their panties in a bunch over that. They would, intentionally put their panties up in a bunch and be like, oh my God, fucking Emperor Bush forever. I met this McDonald's owner. I just love that guy. I just love Bush. So here's something about nationalization of resources. It facilitates both the basic income grant and also facilitates economic growth, that the price is kept stable. Profit is sustainable to support the citizens of a country. The countries don't have access to oil or gas are supported through agreements to make it possible for them to also facilitate a basic income grant and to make it possible for their economy to be stable so that there's a stable international trade where people and countries can exchange goods for fair value. If one country produces more in one particular point than another, that is distributed worldwide to be available for all citizens of the world, because production in itself of goods that are dependent on the earth, specifically directly, like food and fruit and raw materials, should be able to be distributed in an effective way where profit helps the fucking citizens. It's Kentucky's coal. It's our fucking coal. What the fuck are you all doing? President Evo Morales came to power in Bolivia in 2006 amid widespread discontent. The country had been experiencing a long-term economic growth failure, with income per capita in 2005 lower than it was 27 years prior. So basically, the IMF, the fucking transnational corporations have been raping the shit out of poor Bolivia, and he's doing a good job. I mean, they've kicked out fucking McDonald's. United fucking Nations was fucking bugging them, the embassy and shit. So Bolivia has been showing lots of independence, and the fact that the people love him and they elected him sort of as like a dictator, right? He's fucking going past the fucking Constitution. He nationalized the fucking industry. He revolutionized that country, and he got a fucking constitution. The revolution is consolidated. Bolivia, as long as there's not a fucking CIA-led coup d'etats anymore, which doesn't seem to be the case with some of this. That's remarkable. He's got a close-knit group, and good for him. But I guarantee you, they're going after him. They're going after him, but you're going to make a martyr out of him. Fuck Pinochet for 30 fucking years, fucked over Chile. Supposedly a wild, remarkable success. I don't know. Maybe I should look at these GDP a little bit better. Because the GDPs is, that's your basic, that's what economists all think it's all about, producing a bunch of shit. And in a way, it makes sense. If you got a farm, you're only going to sell how much tomatoes and corn and tobacco and hemp and pineapples, whatever the fuck you're raising, pumpkins that you grow. If you only raise 20 pumpkins, you can only sell 20 pumpkins. If you raise 40, you can sell 40. Producing more doesn't guarantee that you'll make more, but if you have more stuff, you have the likely chance of being able to make more money. So, that, of course, that makes sense. If you produce fucking 10 things, you could sell 10 things. If you only produce 5, you can only sell 5. And so, I don't know, supply and demand, maybe people only want 5. Maybe they only want 6 or whatever. So that actually raises, you could sell for fucking, pretty penny if you're the only motherfucker that carries this shit. If you're trying to maximize fucking profits, which is all corporations are trying to do. Find that fucking middle line, right? Oh, you'll pay $3 a gallon for gas? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking raise your gas up to $3 and see if you fucking change that shit. Nah, they're alright. They ain't gonna protest. They'll fucking pay $3 for goddamn 15 years about it almost. So, Kentucky's sitting on coal. Kentucky's getting some natural gas, right? Their fracking's coming into fucking Kentucky. Let's see. Coal. I don't know what else we got. Coal. We gotta have some other shit. Natural gas, coal. We got land, right? So lots of land that could be nationalized. And I'm all for that energy policy. So that's my nationalization idea. I probably should drop it because he isn't really talking about that. He just wants to talk about an energy policy. And so I think when we talk about energy policy, we'll bring up coal. But also, if just like he did, he made them renegotiate their contracts. So therefore, you could force the coal owner operators to come to the fucking bargaining table. You can make sure that they're spending a portion of their profits for solar powers, for to make it more economical. You could just lower electric prices right off the bat. You're the motherfucking government. Just fucking cap them motherfuckers. You can make this much profit. The rest of it goes to the fucking people. And everybody gets fucking, cheap ass fucking electric. They say we get cheap. We don't get cheap electric. We get the same fucking price electric. They're not fucking helping anybody. So, energy policy, class war, racism, KKK, Kentucky. Give me a fucking break. It's time to break the fucking cycle. Quit being like your racist fucking paw, and his fucking racist paw. Y'all been working for, generations. Kiss my ass. Y'all made the fucking slaves work, and then y'all, once it was illegal, you found Mexicans to fucking pay. Y'all just been doing exchanging, and you haven't worked a goddamn thing for any of your fucking shit. You make everybody else do the shit. Just like your pa and his pa and his pa before them. No democracy, only dictatorship. So you get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't know what you're doing. Abortion, of course, it should be a woman's right to choose. Don't kill the baby. Don't kill the baby. But also, I figure you got 6 weeks. You got 6 weeks to figure it out. And I think it's Roe v. Wade, too, the sort of the language. Until the baby is viable outside the body, it's not its own entity. It's just kind of an organ of the mother. And, that's my belief. I do think that fertilization, scientifically, that is the point that life starts to regenerate and multiply and, get bigger and bigger. But I don't know. It's hard for me to say that a morning after pill that could flush something out. A pregnant woman's flushing fertilized egg. That these are not murderers. They did not kill anybody. If there's sensible, smart young women who was not ready for a baby, and so therefore, didn't have a baby. When they're ready to have one, I don't know. I mean, babies are wonderful, but rape and incest are the biggest exceptions to anybody that's like an absolutist. But there's some fucking fanatics that sit there and say that shit's acceptable. That's God's baby. Who will read a judge? What it's a rape in the Bible, Leviticus. It says you got to marry your rapist. Well, who are you punishing here? The rapist or your daughter? Your daughter just got raped, and now you're forcing the rapist to always. That's fucking nuts. Is where women just looked on, as just absolute scum. If somebody was to rape, it was like, well, hell, you could take care of her now, right? You done fucking, whatever, soldered her up. I don't know where I'm going with all this, but it brings up abortion. It does bring up women's rights. And we do need more women in government. Bolivia also does something like that. 30% of their fucking legislature has to be women. We don't even have anything like that. I don't know. I mean, quotas. I think quotas is a good thing to have until you start getting more of an equal balance in the fucking legislature. When women start to get into the fucking lawmaking business, they'll start caring about. They're the ones that drive the babies to the fucking doctors. They're the ones that care about the health care. They're the ones that care about the education and care about the holistic of the whole person. And so I think they'll have more of they're the root of the world, right? They're the fucking center of the universe. They're what makes the world go round. And since women make the world go round, in many ways, given life being the biggest one, the fact that they give life, I think they could have some bearing on the decisions that the state of Kentucky makes. Kentucky should keep her coal. We should legalize marijuana. We need a constitutional convention. We need to end the war. We need to have some fucking debates with Jack Conway. We need to have a big discussion about what the fuck Kentucky, where we're at, where we want to be. We need a true, honest discussion about where we're at and where do we want to be and how are we going to get there. And that's that Jack Conway should be very happy and interested in taking that fight and taking that discussion. And I believe that you could actually have a really good discussion between the two candidates, unless Jack Conway is really that big of an insecure piece of shit. He might be. And if he is, that's actually good for Geoff Young. If he's an insecure piece of shit. Geoff Young should offer him Lincoln-style Douglas debates. 10 fucking debates. Let's just talk it all out. Here's my 5 issues. What issues do you want to talk about? Perhaps we could come to some consensus and just talk about these 5 issues. And that'll be how people will distinguish us between our energy policy versus our class war policy versus our whatever the fuck Jack Conway believes. What does he believe? I don't fucking know. He knows he believes if your grandmother is smoking marijuana to get rid of her cancer, that she should go to fucking jail. That's what the fact Jack Conway believes. He believes I don't know what the fuck else he believes. He likes suing prescription fucking drug companies, but he now that the Oxycontin ain't on the streets no more, they're going to heroin. Now you got a heroin epidemic. What you gonna do? Criminalize them too? They'll just get on motherfucking opium or whatever the next fucking cheap fucking fix is. You ain't fucking fixing the problem, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna check out Kentucky's natural raw resources and the water and gas wars, right, of Bolivia. That's something. I don't know. Viva la Revolucion. Constitutional Convention. It's a fucking great idea. And nationalization, legalization, and just investing in business. Actually, just owning a sports team. Why wouldn't the government? Why wouldn't people would be? They would be excited to go vote. I don't give a fuck about the governor, but for the fucking coach, of the Kentucky professional basketball, NBA basketball team, or MLB or fucking NFL, whichever one. I believe there actually is a. I'm gonna check that out to see if there's a state-owned pro team, pro sports team, because it might be sad that people would come out and vote for a head coach over a fucking governor, but if that's what gets people to come vote, and you can make a shit ton of fucking money on it, and ideas are currency for a campaign, so I think these are good fucking 4 ideas, and they're worth fighting all the way to the guilt. I'm gonna fight to the guilt over them. So, Viva la Revolucion. Rise up, people.